show. We are finally live on our platform, so we will get going in just a few seconds, guys. We want to make sure everything is good, so we're all in the same.
Hey, Big Tipper, how are you doing this evening? We've got G Vibrations. How are you? Thank you for joining us. Everybody, come on in. Hi, Rolling High. How are you this evening? Thank you for joining us.
All right, guys, just give us just a moment. We're getting the final touches on here.
Okay,
All right.
so we're talking about Trump's new law. Got couples panicking, thinking that if they are together for 5 years, then they are considered legally married, guys. So that's the topic for this evening. Um, and you have to think about this. What if the rumored Trump bill married you after 5 years? What are you gonna do? What's gonna happen? What's up with that? So what's up? What's up, family? You tune in to J&B Live, where conversations get real, raw, and all the way relevant. Thank you guys for joining us, and thank you for being a part of the J&B family.
Yeah, thank you, guys. We really appreciate you guys joining us today. Yes, indeed. And shout out to everybody that's listening on Bigo Live, Apple Podcast, Spotify, YouTube, Facebook Live, Instagram, TikTok, or anywhere else that we make some noise, okay? We love y'all. From Generation Z to the baby boomers, you know we got something for everybody.
Yes, we do. Now hit that like, that follow, that subscribe, and don't forget to share this with your chat group, your sneaky links, or those you are in a situationship with, because baby, this one can get quite messy. Yes, it can. All right. Thank you, love. Thank you, Cornish man. Thank you, pretty Leo. Thank you guys for joining us this evening. Much love to you guys. Yes. Thank you for your gifts. May Jackson, how are you this evening?
All right, guys. Now let's talk about it, okay? We're gonna go ahead and jump right in. This is the rumor mill. It's not facts, but what's supposedly in this bill. We're going to break it down. Today on J&B Live Podcast, we're diving into the topic that got the streets buzzing and group chats combusting all over the place. People are asking, did Donald Trump really sign a bill that makes you legally married after 5 years in a relationship?
All right. Like they said, watch out there now. Watch out. Allegedly. The emphasis is on allegedly. There's a new bill floating around social media called the Common Commitment Act. And rumor has it, any couple that has been romantically involved, whether dating, shacking up, or playing house for 5 years or more, could now be considered legally married under federal law. Like I said, watch out there now.
Now, hold up now. Let's read what's supposedly in this bill.
Yes.
It says, and I quote, any romantic couple residing together, that means y'all living together,
all right,
or consistently maintaining a monogamous relationship for a period of 5 years, or more, shall be recognized as legally married under federal law, regardless of a formal ceremony, documentation, or even religious practices.
All right now. All right. So thank you to James S. Lewis for joining us. We appreciate your love. Dionis, I think that's how you pronounce that. That's a nice name. Okay. But thank you guys for joining us and being a part of the J&B family. Much love to you. So when I first heard this, I said, what? That doesn't sound right. Really? Baby, this sounds like the government reaching into your bedroom with a wedding ring and a court summons.
Facts.
Okay.
So if you've been living with someone or even just in a committed relationship for 5 years, you could suddenly owe alimony, split assets, or even share medical decisions. Come on, y'all.
Yes, that part, of course. And I bet people didn't know sleeping on the same couch for half a decade. Some people may say, well, they want to crash on your couch. Might not qualify you for joint taxes or even shared credit card debt. Okay.
Now you think that's love, especially with the credit card debt. But the IRS think it's a binding contract. Woo.
Okay, now, all right, Elisa Ward, thank you for joining us. Okay, guys, so shout out to our J&B family. that's tuning in from Houston, from ATL. We got them in the Chi-Town, the Bay, and beyond. So tap that button, like and subscribe and share, because this ain't just gossip. It could be your life if it is true. Now we know there is no bill in existence right now. It's not true right now. But what if? Okay, ask yourself, what if? Okay, guys. So what if this did become law? Okay, how it's going to impact you? Go ahead and just think about this. Let's entertain this for a minute. If the Common Commitment Act, which is what it's called, is real or even close to being considered, how would this impact people legally?
Well, first off, taxes.
Mm-hmm.
You could be forced to file as married, which could help some couples with refunds, but others could fall into a marriage penalty bracket.
Yeah, or imagine being broke, okay, guys? Just imagine that. Being married into a more broke. Too low income doesn't equal wealth, boo. It just doesn't. It doesn't add up. It just means y'all owe together.
Exactly. And I can see people showing up at the tax time like, wait, why is my refund low?
Mm-hmm.
And the IRS says, because your girlfriend from 2019 is now your wife on paper.
Okay. Hey, Haiti Brown, how are you doing? Runny, how are you doing this evening? And see, don't even get me started, Broker J3, because, when you think about the healthcare decision, what if you end up in the hospital and the nurse says, ma'am, your husband has medical power of attorney, and you look up and see Tyrone from high school.
now that ain't your soulmate. That's your sole liability.
Because Tyrone might be ready to just sign on the dotted line. You out of here.
I know that's right.
Okay, guys. So let's take the first scenario that we were, talking about this possible bill. We were just vibing with this particular couple that's called Nikki and Dre. They've been living together since 2020. No ring, no paper, just vibes, rent, splitting the rent, and sharing groceries. Dre still tells people, which is cool. Nikki calls her man in spirit. That's what she calls him. Okay? If this law passes, guess what? Suddenly Dre owes Nikki half the apartment, has to sign off on her medical emergencies, and might even be liable if she has a kid during the 5th year. Dre is shook. Nikki, she's already planning the honeymoon. Vegas or Miami. Go, girl.
Now, would you be in a legal marriage right now if this passed? Drop your relationship in the comments and tell us, are you just vibing or are y'all married by law? Go ahead and drop that in the comments, guys. And also, like Doc B said, keep tapping that screen.
Yes,
we appreciate the gift. We do have a gift goal that we're trying to reach today, guys. So we appreciate all the gifts that you give. Help us to get our goal. It goes a long way.
Yes, it does. Okay, guys. So now we're going to talk about heartbreak, hustle, and hidden agendas. The 3 H's: heartbreak, hustle, or hidden agendas. So here we're going to dig a little bit deeper than we've been digging before. We're going to go a step further. Why would a bill like this even be proposed? And my thing of it is, how could it even be attached to our current president's name? What's the motivation behind it, you think, Broker J3? Where's all these rumors coming from?
I think it's more financial.
Okay.
More marriages on record equal more control. More court cases, more fees, more taxes. You're not just in love, you're now in the system.
Okay, so that's what happens. They already said he won't control of everything, be able to see every personal thing about everyone, but not to mention child support. If you're married, paternity could be presumed. You break up and boom, you're liable for someone else's baby. That's it.
Now imagine going from she's not mine to she's your ex-wife and you owe for little Marcus.
Woo! Okay, all right. All right, guys. Thank you, Daniel, Daryl Scott. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you guys' support. And James Will, thank you for joining us. We also have Zion's daughter. Thank you for joining us as well. Okay, guys, let's talk about these breakups. Child, ghosting used to be easy a while back. Easy. You could easily ghost somebody. Now you're going to need a mediator, some type of mediation, lawyers, and possibly a divorce decree just to block somebody, okay?
And social media been to be full of folks like, I didn't know that I was married. The memes will go crazy. You see all the crazy memes online, going crazy over this.
Yes, it was. And thank you, Bubbles and Ron, for joining us as well. Okay, so what should you do if this was real? And then you have to think about this. What if it becomes real? Do you want to prepare yourself? Okay, here's where we do what's called education. We're going to educate you. If something like this is real or becomes real, you got to be proactive. You need to be prepared, especially women giving up their prime years with no plans at all. Okay?
Exactly. And for the guys, the fellas, the men out there, don't get comfortable just being because it's convenient. Mm-hmm. We know a lot of guys, it's convenient, it's in-house,
Yeah.
So a lot of guys tend to take it like that. But you might be sleepwalking into a marriage certificate without that attorney fee, if you understand what I'm saying.
And so, some guys will live or shack because it's convenient. And there are a lot of people out there that probably live together and split the bills because it's convenient. And in particularly in large cities where the rent is really high. So they may do that. But you want to consider those boundaries because they do matter. And clarity, it matters as well. Even if you're not married by law, you want to treat your relationship like something that deserves some type of structure.
I totally get you with that. Facts, Doc B.
Yeah.
Now get a written agreement, a domestic partnership contract, a paper trail, something. Just get something. Don't let vibes turn into a court date. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay, I hear you now. All right, May Jackson, thank you for the gift. We appreciate you guys. We want you guys to tap that screen. We appreciate your gift. Any little thing helps. We appreciate it. And thank you for your support, guys. So just listen. Love ain't free. It don't come free.
No.
Time is currency. It's about them dollars. So if you're giving years to someone, protect yourself spiritually, emotionally, and legally, guys.
Yeah, say it, Doc B. Say it. Mm-hmm. And for the folks out there dating in faith, make sure God is in the middle of it. Like, because if Uncle Sam's tried to be in the middle of it, it's a whole different story. You understand?
Yes, it is. Okay, guys. So next we got another scenario for you guys because we like to keep it real and we give you these scenarios so that we can give you an example of what some people may experience. So we're going to talk now about Marcus and Tasha. Okay, Marcus was staying with Tasha off and on. He went back and forth since 2018. Y'all know how some guys do, or some females do the same thing. He never claimed her publicly, but she kept letting him back in after every breakup. They've been off and on so many times, even her friends don't keep count. Okay, so if this common commitment act were law, boom, guess what? It's 2025. They hit 5 years total of cohabitation, and now he's legally her husband. She wants spousal support. He wants to run what? Fast. The courts, they want paperwork. So guess what? Let me give you a prompt.
Okay, guys, check this out. Have you ever been in an on and off relationship that secretly lasted longer than 5 years? Could that person legally claim you? Be honest in the comments. Who's your ghost spouse? Come on. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, you think you're doing it in the dark, but guess what? Uncle Sam, they know what's going on.
Let's talk about it, guys.
Okay, guys. So these are my final thoughts, okay? This may be a rumor, but the lesson is very real. Too many people that float from relationship to relationship with no clarity, no type of boundaries, and no protection. Whether it's 5 months or 5 years, ask yourself, what's the plan? Your time matters. It's important. Your love matters. And baby, your peace definitely matters. So don't wait for the law or heartbreak to define your worth. You define it now. If you've been giving your best to someone who isn't giving it back, maybe it's time to stop calling it love and start calling it what it is, liability. Protect your heart always like it's your home, because legally it just might be.
Them some good powerful words right there, Doc B. Now here's my final thought to all of this, guys. So this rumor bill that's out there. If this bill was real, think about it. If it were real, a whole lot of people would be waking up, married and broke, confused and committed by accident. Mm-hmm. But that's the lesson. Even in fiction, there's wisdom. Know who you're giving your time to. Okay?
Yeah.
Know who's sleeping under your roof.
All right.
You understand? And don't let rumors, laws, or lies define your life. Whether this bill is real or not, the truth is relationships clarify. Relationship clarity is crucial.
Okay.
Okay? Don't let 5 years of chilling, cost you your freedom, your money, or your future. Be wise. And as our pastor always say, be intentional.
Okay.
Okay? Be intentional. And above all, don't ignore the fine print. Just don't do it. Okay? Now, all right now. If this podcast today stirred something up, hit us up in the comments, in our inbox, or just tag us at Live with J&B on most social media platforms, and also at J&B Live Podcast on all podcast platforms such as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Amazon Music. Wherever you get your podcast listen enjoyment from, we are there.
Okay, guys. So I'm going to do a final shout out to Smiley and Roger Gongora. Thank you guys for joining us. We also have Robert Barksdale. We appreciate you guys. Thank you for joining us. And baby, if you've been with a man, okay, ladies, if you've been with that man since 2020, go ahead and start practicing saying husband. Get ready. And vice versa. If you've been with that woman since 2020, you might as well go ahead and start practicing saying wife.
I'm gonna say this in conjunction, Doc B. If you guys been with somebody for that long, if you're not considering marriage, maybe something is wrong. I'm just keeping it real. You shouldn't have to be with somebody over 5 years and not know whether you want to be married to them or not. Let's think about that.
Okay. All right, guys. All right. Okay, so guys, we want to keep you informed on this, and as always, I am your girl, Dr. B.
And I'm your guy, Broker J3.
We love y'all. Be safe, be smart, and until next time,
let's talk about it.
Thank you, guys.